press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.
Hi students, in the previous video we have discussed about the moving coil galvanometer, the device which used to measure the current and also used to detect the current, and principal construction and working. I is equal to K theta, sensitivity of the galvanometer, current sensitivity and voltage sensitivity. Advantages and disadvantages we have discussed. In disadvantages, I told that it is not a portable one. Most sensitive device, high degree of leveling is required, and before taking the reading, initial elaborate arrangements are necessary because lamp and scale, and this instrument is highly sensitive, so you have to adjust the levels very carefully so that the coil which is swinging in the gap between the coil magnet and the cylinder, soft iron cylinder, it should be free to rotate. So considering all this, it takes much time. Small error committed at any stage may make the reading to be deviated from the actual value. So in order to make a rough device common can be used easily, so that some changes are made, modifications are made, and it is brought on the table instead of to be separate as a lamp and scale and the device. We taken the scale into the instrument and made a rough that it can be placed on the table, can be used to detect or measure the current. We call it as a table galvanometer. So pointer is used, therefore it is also called as a pointer galvanometer. What modifications are did? Let's see. The same device you are using in the laboratory, this modified galvanometer in potentiometer experiment, meter bridge experiment, to get the balancing length, neutral point, when deflection becomes zero. So you are taking the readings of the length in meter bridge or in the potentiometer. So however, here what modifications are is lamp and scale is removed. No lamp and scale. Instead of that, scale is brought within the device. Because this device you are using in the laboratory having some openings here with the terminals provided, and there is a scale inside it with pointer. So that is the pointer galvanometer, most compact portable device converted to be one important part. Lamp and scale is removed and scale is brought within the device, within the system. And mirror and torsion head are removed. Instead of for the head of the coil here, so we joined a pointer which can run on the scale with the center 0. And again the coil is same. Instead of this supporting is with the jeweled bearings. Jeweled bearings are used because we cannot the lubricate even and often whenever necessary. It should be highly precision device necessary, and it should operate more easily. No friction should generate. Therefore, we are using to counteract, suspend the coil. We are using a jeweled bearings inside, not shown, and remaining parts are same. Magnets are same. Soft iron cylinder is there. So rectangular coil is there. This torsion head and mirror removed. Instead of that, a pointer is brought. Lamp and scale is removed. Instead of linear scale is brought inside with center 0. With these modifications, we are calling it as a pointer galvanometer. Even this also cannot be used to measure the current because of some reasons, current and voltage measuring device. So certain modifications are necessary, particularly when this can detect the current, no doubt. Suppose if we have in a circuit a resistor X and a galvanometer connected for the measurement of current. If I connect this galvanometer for measurement of current that is flowing in this circuit, so this is the what happens. So whenever I connect a galvanometer, because of the coil which is taking the current and show the deflection, by which we are measuring the current. Galvanometer has a definite resistance, which I say galvanometer resistance as G. So in absence of this, if you thought resistance is only this, current I am expecting is V by X. The current actually in the circuit. I introduced not to modify the current, but I introduced to measure the current, the galvanometer. What happens, the I dash is V by X plus G. It is a fine conductor, best conductor may be used, there is a finite resistance. Because sensitivity increases with the number of turns more. More the number of turns, more the wire is, more the resistance. However, this suggests I dash is less than I. Our aim is to measure the current, not to modify the current. Current decreases by introduction of the galvanometer to measure the current. So some modifications we do. This scale we bring to other end 0 and redesign the scale, linear scale. Because however we know I is equal to k theta. What can be done to measure the current? The device, we are calling it as a ammeter. Now what is ammeter meant? It is a current measuring device. It is a current measuring device to measure the current connected in series in a branch. So any branch, if you want current, in that branch you have to connect in series this galvanometer or ammeter to measure the current. What happens after you come to know? I dash become less than I. That means after connecting the galvanometer in the circuit, the current in the circuit decreases because of the finite value of resistance. So in order to minimize the effective resistance of the ammeter, this galvanometer resistance to be minimized, you learned in the Ohm's law chapter, current electricity. If a resistance is connected in parallel, then effective resistance becomes less than the least out of those two. Therefore, I can connect a here. I can connect a resistor called shunt so that effective resistance can become less than S. A small resistance, low resistance, S called shunt, connected parallel to galvanometer resistance. That means if I connect here before the terminals, majority of the current bypass through this. Majority of the current bypass, sample current will be taken and that is taking the measurement. So we take a sample of current, majority current we bypass through that. Suppose if I take this as a terminal 1 and 2 and I show here, I show in this part an alternate circuit. So this is the galvanometer. These are the terminals T1 and T2. I taken the another resistance inside this called shunt resistance. Now this is the main current. Maximum current that can be flow through the galvanometer. Suppose if there is a scale, maximum deflection current is IC. The scale which we designed from 0 to the limit without conversion. After conversion, that is I. Now the remaining part will flow through this. This actually the ammeter converted. I hope you are come to know. To measure the current when this galvanometer is connected in series in the circuit, in particular branch in which we want to measure the current, current decreases because of finite resistance affects the current. Effective resistance increases and current decreases. To minimize the galvanometer resistance, we are connecting a small resistance or low resistance connected parallel to it inside the unit. So that effective resistance of the ammeter become less than S, G plus S, less than S. Because if I take 1 ohm, it become less than 1 ohm. It may be 1000, it may be 100, 200, 500. So 500 into 1 by 501. 500 into 1 by 501 is less than 1. So the resistance of 500 become less than 1 if I take a parallel resistor. So how this converts? I take here what Ig I am mentioning is, without converting or without connecting S, if I pass the current to the galvanometer, the maximum, say for example, it is 50 divisions are there, 50 milliamps. This I can call as a Ig, maximum deflection current. Ig, for example, here it may be 50 milliamps I mentioned. Example I taken, 50 divisions are there, 50 milliamps is coming without S. I want to convert it into 5 amps. 50 divisions, 5 amps means every 10 division 1 ampere. Every 10 division, 2, 3, 4, and this become 5. So the maximum current measurable, maximum deflection current in galvanometer, it is connected to galvanometer only connected to. But if I want to get maximum main current, that I want to measure is I. That I have taken is 5 ampere example. Every 10 divisions 1 ampere. Here 50 divisions 5 ampere. I have to convert it. What value of S can convert into that one? I have to measure it. So to measure that, now you can know that. Now you are knowing these two are parallel. Main current I want to measure up to 5 amps. Ig can go up to 50 milliamps. Remaining current is bypassing. G and S are parallel. G and S are parallel. Therefore, I can write Ig into G equal to I minus Ig into S. Ig into G is I minus Ig into S. Or if I want S to calculate, what value of shunt resistance to be connected to convert 50 milliampere galvanometer into 5 ampere measuring device. 50 divisions may be having. So that IgG upon I minus Ig. This gives you the expression for converting galvanometer into ammeter of range I. 0 to 5 amps is the range. What is the range of galvanometer is 0 to 50 milliamps. I is the range of ammeter which I want 0 to 5 amps. G is the galvanometer resistance. What value of S to be connected parallel to that available. Suppose if I take I by Ig as a N, new range by old range, N. So if I divide it, I can show S is equal to G upon N minus 1. You can see that G into N minus 1. S equal to G upon N minus 1. S become G upon N minus 1. Maximum by Ig. So 1 we got. What is the effective resistance of the ammeter means Gs upon G plus S. What is the value of S for the given range? Range you want to convert is I. Maximum current you want to measure. Ig, maximum current of the galvanometer. G, galvanometer resistance. Then you can estimate S. Or you can use this also. Ratio of I by Ig. Range, we say range. New range to old range ratio is N. Then S is equal to G upon N minus 1. either of the equation can be employed. So you can, by that also, I can show here with one equation in this part. So Gi, if I brought this Ig into G plus S is equal to Is. So new range to old range can be written as I by Ig is G plus S upon S, which also can be N. So any formula can be employed, but basic relation is this, which can help you to measure. Sometimes sensitivity, if you take, sensitivity no doubt decreases because the range increases means, see earlier, for example, why I am saying is, as range we increase, earlier it was measuring 50 milliamps, range is less, 0 to 50 milliamps. Now I am converted to measure 0 to 5 amps. The range of current measuring capacity is increased, milliamp to ampere, but sensitivity decrease because every division earlier measuring theta by I, every division is measuring 1 milliamps. Now every division is measuring 0.1 amps. So 10 times decreases the ability of measuring. It is 0 to 5 amps. Each division is 0.1 amps. 0.1 ampere, earlier it was 1 milliamps. See the difference? Sensitivity decreases, range increases in case of ammeter when converted galvanometer into ammeter, and for ideal ammeter, the resistance is 0, almost we say 0, so that it can work as an ideal ammeter. This is how the question may come for you, how you convert a galvanometer into a current measuring device as ammeter. Ammeter used to measure the current, and it should be connected in series in a circuit in any branch to measure the current in that branch. But this galvanometer has a finite resistance. Because of this finite resistance, once we introduce the galvanometer, its total current in the circuit decreases. Our aim is not to decrease the current, but to measure the current. This decrease can be minimized. Only the chance is the G should minimize. We can minimize it by connecting another resistance, small resistance called shunt parallel to G, galvanometer coil. Thereby, like this, thereby it can be converted into ammeter. So a galvanometer can be converted into ammeter by connecting a small resistance called shunt parallel to galvanometer resistance or coil. What the value range, how to decide? So the effective resistance in that case becomes Gs upon G plus S, which becomes less than S. How much S exactly is decided by the range of your necessity. The zero center is removed to N end, brought, and here Ig is the maximum current that galvanometer reads, galvanometer current. Maximum range you required is I. You may be taking this sample out, but the total current is measured by that. Ig into G is parallel to this S, I minus Ig into S. We got S is equal to Ig into G upon I minus Ig. S is equal to G upon N minus 1, where N is I upon Ig, new range by old range. So however you got this equation, the importance is we are shown here, I proportional to Ig. What I am saying, here I shown another one, I is equal to G plus S upon S into Ig. That means I proportional to Ig. Actually, we are bypassed. Bypassed current, how measures is, galvanometer is still measuring in milliamps only, but G plus S upon S we calculate. For 1 milliamps I told here 0.1 ampere it become. If we convert into 5 ampere, you already calculated S. After calculation of S, you will get this constant, Gs by S is constant. For every division of the galvanometer scale, you can decide what the value of I. Actually, galvanometer is sample current measuring, but we are labeling. We are labeling on the scale by calculation, G plus S upon S. This is constant. This constant multiplied by Ig, what it measures, we calculate and print on this scale so that it measures, we say I. Majority current bypassed, we taken sample. Sample current is Ig, 1 milliamps if it is taken. 1 milliamp equal to how much I? We decide by this and we print here. Thereby we say galvanometer is converted into ammeter. I hope you are understood. Finally remember, for galvanometer into ammeter, you have to connect a small resistance called shunt parallel to the galvanometer. Effective resistance become this. Here S and G are parallel. We can use this equation to find S value. Or you can use this G upon N minus 1, where N is the new scale by old scale. Maximum current I to maximum current in the galvanometer. Again here I showed I equal to G plus S upon S into Ig. This is fixed now. Once you converted, this is fixed. Ig measures the galvanometer actually. Even now also it measures only Ig. But G plus S into by S multiplied by Ig gives a value of I that we print on the scale and we say the galvanometer is converted into ammeter of that range. For ideal ammeter, resistance is 0. This is how we convert galvanometer into ammeter. Let us see how a galvanometer is converted into voltmeter to measure the PD, potential difference. So now we have a galvanometer, and also you are knowing when this is a resistance X across which you want to measure the voltage, and this is the circuit which carries the current I, supply voltage is V, and here we connected a galvanometer to measure that. So that voltmeter, second voltmeter, potential difference measuring device across a conductor. It should be connected in parallel across the component or conductor across which you want to measure the potential difference. What happens? Let us see. As usual, this galvanometer I connected to measure the potential difference as like earlier. The problem is some Ig is taken by this galvanometer. Thereby I minus Ig appears. In absence of this, the voltage if I want to measure is nothing but current into resistance, this resistance X. It is the ideal voltage across the resistor X. But after connecting this in parallel to measure the voltage, V dash is I minus Ig into X. Thereby clearly suggest V dash is decreased. Because current decrease, some current is taken by the galvanometer. Because of finite resistance of the galvanometer, some current is drawn by the galvanometer to measure, thereby its voltage decrease. Again I am seeing potential difference we have to measure across X, but it should not decrease the PD across the resistor or component. Decreases means we have to minimize the Ig value. The reason, hope you are why we have to minimize. Because Ig should decrease means galvanometer resistance should be made high. This is done by connecting a small resistance high resistance in series. This conversion with terminals here, these terminals, we call it as a voltmeter. That means this is the terminal we have T1. At one end I connect resistance, high resistance. high resistance in series. With this conversion, it is called as voltmeter. How this works? Conversion is high resistance are connected in series to G. That means I can show here. I told the reason why happens so. So this is the terminal T1 and T2 across which I taken galvanometer and this resistor T2. But this is the resistance across which we want to measure the voltage. This current is Ig, high resistance. This is voltmeter. What you have to measure is X. That should be almost equal to that earlier it has. So therefore, to measure voltage, high resistance is connected. So effective resistance of the voltmeter is G plus R. Effective resistance is increased, G plus R. That we connected, its value is G and its values are G plus R in series. The terminal is shifted to here. Now how you convert is, the voltage that you are measuring across this resistor should be Ig into G plus R, effective resistor. Ig into G plus R is the basic equation. Voltage that you want to measure is G plus R into Ig, the current, sample current taken by that. Here this device have the scale again. As earlierly I told, this may be as earlierly like 50 milliamps is maximum Ig value. Ig, let 50 milliamps is the maximum current that galvanometer measures. Now I can convert this as a 5 volt device. Each 10 division is 1 volt, 1 volt, 2 volt, 3 volt, 4 volt, 5 volt. It is my design. I want to measure up maximum voltage measuring should be 5 volt. Ig is 50 milliamps. The pointer reaches the maximum deflection. Maximum current need to go to the last division. To measure 5 volt is 50 milliamps. Every 10 division it become, there are 50 divisions, every 10 divisions measures 1 volt. Earlier every 10 divisions measure 50 milliamps or 1 division 1 milliamps. Now you know G value, you know Ig, you know V. G is a galvanometer resistance. So you come to know this G plus R, Ig by G plus R. This can be, if you want to find the resistance, if I brought this size, V over Ig minus G. This is the equation we prefer. Here also I can go with V by Vg as the En. New range to old range. Old range it may measure Vg value. New is V. Then V by Vg, if I write here correction. For this I can write R is equal to G into N minus 1. If you multiplied by G and G, I show just how that comes. R equal to V Ig into G. Here also I multiplied by G and G. Ig into G is G into V by Vg minus 1. Because G I brought out, Ig into G is Vg. V by Vg is G into N minus 1. If they given the range, using that range you can estimate it. So what is the Resistance of the ideal voltmeter means infinity. It should not draw any current at all. 99% may be accurate, 100% accuracy required. Current should not be drawn. Current should not be drawn is G plus R should go to infinity. That is why we say in the current electricity, potentiometer is an ideal voltmeter. Why? Because we are measuring the deflection with G referring zero deflection. No current through the galvanometer, but measures the potential difference. That is why potentiometer is called as a ideal voltmeter. These are very close to, but finite current carries, minimum current carries 99.99% accuracy we get. And here conversion is range, maximum range, maximum deflection current and galvanometer resistance known, you can get the resistance. That resistance should be connected in series to convert this into voltmeter. So these are the two important, both for the relations required for JEE and NEET and how we convert. And for board exam concerned, you have to know how a galvanometer is converting into ammeter or voltmeter. The two things. So first you remember now in comparison, ammeter is a device which used to measure the current. Voltmeter is a device which used to measure the potential difference. It should be connected in series. Ammeter is connecting in series, whereas voltmeter is connected in parallel across the component or a conductor. And high resistance is connected in series to the galvanometer to convert the galvanometer into voltmeter. But small resistance called shunt is connected parallel to the galvanometer coil. And effective resistance of the ammeter decreases. Here effective resistance increases. Ideal ammeter resistance is 0. Ideal voltmeter resistance is high. That, and also we have equations. These comparisons we did, and this knowledge that how we converted galvanometer into ammeter and voltmeter, along with the MCG, moving coil galvanometer, the torque acting on this. Let us see some questions that related to the JEE and NEET and even for your board examination. So let us come to the problem. Example, in a moving coil galvanometer, MCG, length and breadth of the coils given, 8 centimeter and 2 centimeter, number of turns is 20, magnetic field applied is 0.2 Tesla, deflection observed is 5 degree. This deflection to produce, how much current it requires? So they are given a coil of length and breadth carrying some current. So it produces the deflection. Magnetic field is given. Length and breadth gives you the area. Number of turns given, B given. Deflection convert into radian. 5 pi by 180 radian. Current have to estimate. You know the relation current equal to BANI by C, I is equal to C into theta by BAN. Value of C, couple per unit twist is 10 power minus 6 Newton meter per degree. So it is per radian. Per radian. So if it is in per degree given, please remember here it is given per degree, then it is to be in degree. If it is in radian, this should be in radian. Couple per unit twist, this is radian given. We are converted, equation is there. So what is the couple per unit twist is 10 power minus 6, 5 divided by 5 into pi by 180. Magnetic field is 0.2 and the number of turns is 20. That 8 into 2 centimeter convert into meter. So couple per unit twist, degree converted into radian. B is 0.2, area is, number of turns is 20, area is 8 into 2 into 10 power minus 4. So that this approximately 8 2s are pi. So it is 3, if I take 3 6 ja 18 approximated. So 1 0, 2 0 cancels with this minus 2. Minus 2 taken to that 10 power minus 4 into 5 divided by 8 2s are 16, 6 2s are 12, 1.2, 12 into 2.4. So it is 0.5, approximated 0.5, 1 by 8, 80, 16, 5 into 10 power minus 4 or 0.1, 2 remained, 20, 2s are approximately 10 power minus 4 or 1.25 into 10 power minus 5 ampere current. So remember, this is the area of the coil gives, number of turns given, magnetic field given, theta, very careful, if it is in degree, it should be in degree only. If it is in radian, you have to convert into radian. When read this couple per unit twist and substitute in that relation to find out. Coming to the next one. The second question, area of a loop given is, area of the loop given 100 centimeter square, carrying a current of 1 milliamps, number of turns is 500, magnetic field applied. Magnetic field applied is 10 power minus 3 Weber per meter square. Plane of the coil, see here, plane of the coil makes an angle of 60 degree with the magnetic field. Find torque acting on it. See the question. It is a coil carrying current. This is the area of the loop and magnetic field, that B is acting in some direction. Plane of the coil making an angle of 60 degree means this plane of the coil, this angle is 60 degree. Therefore, this what you required is 90 minus 60 equal to 30 degree, because you want it effect theta is between B and A, not with plane of the coil, because we using the equation torque equal to mb sin theta. If you using sin theta, if you are using cos theta, you can use 60. Plane of the coil, not perpendicular to the plane of the coil, making with B is theta. This I consider in this problem. MB is NIAB sin theta. N number of turns is 500. current is 1 milliampere, area is 100 into 10 power minus 4 centimeter square to meter square, magnetic field is 10 power minus 3 into sine 30. So the 2 to 4, these 4 cancels with this 4. Remained minus 3 minus 6. Sine 30 half, therefore it become 2.5 into 10 powers minus 6 Newton meter is the torque value. I hope you are followed here. If they give plane of the coil making an angle of 60 degree, sine theta if you are using, AB angle is 90 minus 60. If the plane of the coil itself you use, here instead of sine theta, you have to use cos theta. Cos 60 is also half, sine 30 is also half, no changes in the answer comes. So in the same problem, instead of this third question, assume here, instead of this plane of the coil perpendicular to the plane of the coil, making an angle if they ask, this changes. That means if it is the plane of the coil is A and this is the direction of B, now this itself becomes 60 degree if it is taken perpendicular to the plane of the coil. In that case I have to substitute here, remaining is same as 60. If that is 60, the answer comes here. 60 is root 3 by 2. Root 3 by 2, 5 into root 3 by 2 into 10 power minus 6. So this can be simplified and you can write the answer Newton meter. Perpendicular to the plane of the coil given, angle same. Please remember this carefully. Plane of the coil making, you have to subtract it from 90 and take the angle theta to use MB sine theta to measure. Coming to the next question. You are given a galvanometer having resistance 20 ohm, shunt by resistance S is equal to 2 ohm. What part of the main current flow through the galvanometer? What part of the main current flow through the galvanometer? You know, in case of galvanometer, this is main current. Now we connected a resistance parallel to this is S. This is the galvanometer resistance. Main current is I. This is Ig and I minus Ig. Again it become I here. The question is what part of main current means Ig by I is how much? Even though if you forgotten, you can generate the equation easily because Ig into G equal to I minus Ig into S because those two are parallel. If I bring Ig one side, it becomes G plus S is equal to Is. If you want Ig by I, fraction of current carried out of the main is S upon G plus S is the answer. Is a 2 by 20 plus 2. 2 by 22 is 1 by 11. 1 by 11th part. If there is 1 part, 11 ampere, if you assume 11 ampere of main current, 1 ampere will be carried by the galvanometer, 10 ampere will flow through this. I think followed your 1 by 11 means out of 11 part, 1 part is taken by Ig, 10 part of current is passed through the galvanometer. What this problem suggests. Let us take the another one. So in the next problem, galvanometer resistance is 500 ohm. Sensitivity of galvanometer decreases 100 times. Calculate the value of S. So I told the one word for you. Range and sensitivity are inversely related. Sensitivity decreases means range increases to n times is 100, because decreases 100 times, it is increases 100 times. So in this case, you are knowing G and N, have to find the value of S. There is an alternate formula given, value of S is equal to G upon N minus 1. I hope you have followed the word sensitivity decreases implies range increases that much of time. N value 500 by 100 minus 1, 500 by 99, approximately 5.05 ohm. This is the value of S to be connected parallel to G. I hope you have followed this problem correctly. Coming to the next one, given galvanometer resistance is 999 ohm, shunt resistance is 1 ohm given, main current, maximum current minus 2 ampere measures. What is the current flowing through G for this range? What is the range of galvanometer? Range of G required. Range of ammeter is given. Question is on IG. GSI given. We can use the relation S is equal to, or just we have calculated IG upon I is S upon G plus S, from which we can calculate IG directly. S is 1 into 10 power minus 2 divided by 999 plus 1. This become 10 power minus 2 by 1000, or Ig equal to 10 power minus 5 ampere. 10 power 3 taken to the numerator become 10 power minus 5 ampere. So the Ig equal to 10 power minus 5 ampere. So you can get the answer to that. Let's take another. This is the questions I am taken where we discuss about ammeter. So you are given the galvanometer resistance 98 ohm and Ig by I, they given 2%, that means 2 by 100. Find the value of shunt. That means what is the value of S? Ig by I is given. So already you know I by Ig is En, new range to old range. That is 100 by 2. Or I can write it as 50. What is the relation I can use here? The second relation I shown to you, S is equal to G upon N minus 1. G given is 98. divided by this 50, or it is 9.8 by 5. 5 ones are 5. 5 ones are 5, 48. 5 nines are 45. 36 ohm. That is almost, I can say, it is 98 ohm and equal to 2 ohm approximately. So, mistake we did here. This 50 minus 1, 98 by 49. Already it is 2 ohm. Yes. So given G is 98 ohm, Ig by I, we take a new range to old range as 50. So relation we have G upon N minus 1, 98 by 50 minus 1, 98 by 49 is 2 ohm. So let us take another example in which there is a circuit, the given galvanometer and a shunt resistance S connected in series with a resistor R. It is 20 kilo ohm. It is given 5 ohm. And this given 95 ohm, and this voltage given is 2 volt. They are asking about the sensitivity of EMCG calculation. Current sensitivity is theta by I. Number of divisions on this scale. Number of divisions on G is 50. The galvanometer has maximum 50 divisions on its scale. This is nothing but theta. Theta is given, 50 divisions are there. Number of division per ampere. Current have to estimate in this. If SI, question is on current sensitivity, theta by I, they given theta, the scale has 50 divisions, but this circuit through which we have to find the main current. But when you see the R value is very much greater than G, and also very much greater than S. It is 95, it is 5. When they two are in parallel, it is still less, it is less than 5 ohm. Even if I take resistance of ammeter which is GS upon G plus S, that goes below than 5 ohm. Below than 5 ohm, which is very small, because when I take these two in parallel, effective resistance of the ammeter is less than 5 ohm. In that case, I can calculate the current as current equal to voltage by resistance. Voltage is 2 divided by resistance is 20 kilo ohm. 20 kilo ohm, 20 into 10 power 3. If we cancel, the main current become 10 power minus 4 ampere. So because it become 10 power 4, 2 to cancel. Theta is 50 divided by 10 power minus 4 equal to 50 into 10 power 4 division per ampere. The answer is the given 2 volt I hope you are followed here. Number of divisions given is itself theta. 5 to these two are parallel. Hence, we taken only the resistance to measure the current is 10 power minus 4 ampere. 50 by 10 power minus 4 taken to the numerator become 50 into 10 power 4. Or there is an alternate. I can write this I as, if this is in microamperes, you have to multiply and divide by 100. So this may be 100 microampere. This another, if in the problem the answer in microampere is there, this division per ampere is one solution. I am giving another solution if they are writing this ampere in microamperes. 10 power minus 4 may be written as 100 microamperes. So SI is equal to 50 by 100, that equal to half division per microampere. 1 division 2 microampere measures. 1 division 2 microampere. Anyway, if the answer is here, this is okay, otherwise you can have this. Coming to the next. So that is another one. You are given maximum voltage measurable through the galvanometer is 800 millivolt and current measuring is 100 milliamps you have to generate. Galvanometer resistance is 40 ohm. What is the value of S? Ammeter you have to convert. And what is the effective resistance of the ammeter? The two questions are here. Voltage maximum that is measurable by this galvanometer is 800 millivolt. Galvanometer resistance is 40 ohm. The question is on S and RA. Shunt resistance, if I go for that S, Ig into G upon I minus Ig relation if I prefer here. I want Ig. Ig may be obtained from this. Vg by G. Vg by G gives you Ig. Vg is 800 millivolt divided by 40 ohm. Gives you 41, 0 cancel. 20 milliampere is the Ig. So the range is 100 milliampere. Therefore, I am not converting milliampere. Here also milliampere, here also milliampere. 20 into 40 divided by 100 minus 20. Here also milliampere and milliampere, that cancelled. Into ohm, cancel these two. And what remained is 20 into 40 by 80. 4 2s, this become 10 ohm. S is equal to 10 ohm is the answer. Effective resistance of the ammeter is asked. These two are in parallel and you have a relation for this is Gs upon G plus S. G is 40 ohm. 40 into 10 divided by 40 plus 10. 400 by 50 is equal to 8 ohm is the resistance of ammeter. The two questions raised here, calculate the value of S and calculate this. Given Vg, G, I and S. Ig calculated Vg by G and using the relation we got S value and ammeter value. Coming to this, another example. So this converting into ammeter, number of divisions on the galvanometer scale is 50. So 10 divisions carry 1 milliamps and 2 divisions carry 1 millivolt. Converting one, that one division should carry 6 ampere. Second, one division should carry 1 volt. So this is the question given. In the galvanometer there are 150 divisions. First, it is the part of converting into ammeter, this part. If we are going to convert into ammeter, we required S is equal to IgG upon I minus Ig. They given the G value also. We have to estimate because they not given the G value. Here they have this. To find those, even in voltmeter, second part, we have to convert into voltmeter. Resistance is V over Ig minus G. We want Ig, we want G. G and Ig obtained, even G and V also. First calculate Vg. 2 divisions 1 millivolt. How many divisions are there? 150. 1 millivolt by 2 divisions per divisions into 150 gives you 75 millivolts. Similarly, second calculate as Ig. Ig 1 milliamps 10 divisions. 1 milliamp by 10 divisions multiplied by 150 become 15 milliamps. What we obtained is full scale deflection in the galvanometer current, full scale deflection in the voltmeter. So this helps you to calculate G, that Vg by Ig. 150, Vg is 150 millivolt divided by 15 milliamps. Sorry, 75. This is 75, 15 fives are as 5. 75 millivolt and this is 15 milliamps. And another one required is main current. To get the main current I, 1 division 6 amps, therefore 6 ampere by 1 into 150 is 900 ampere. The first I can calculate here only. Therefore, S is equal to Ig is 15 milliamps, G is 5 ohm divided by 900 minus 15 into 10 power minus 3. So it can be taken 900 only. This may be neglected. We can neglect that part. Here this I neglect because negligible in presence of 900. 15 5s of 15 6 ja is 90. I can write S is equal to 15 into 10 power minus 3 into 5 divided by 900. 60. 1 by 12 into 10 power minus 3 ohm. So if I rate 100, this become 8.5 into 10 power minus 5. Approximately this value. I hope you are understood here. This formula we used. Main current we calculated 1 division 6 ampere. So therefore I is equal to 900 ampere. Ig into G upon I minus Ig. We got the final answer here. Here I want V. 1 division 1 volt. 1 volt by 1 division into 150 is 150 volt. Therefore, I can write R is equal to 150 by Ig is 15 milliamps. 15 into 10 power minus 3 minus 5. 10,000 minus 5 because minus 3 plus 3 into 10. 9995 ohm is the resistance value. So here carefully we observe that 10 divisions 1 milliamps, which gives you the maximum current by this in the galvanometer. 2 divisions 1 millivolt, the same meter reads. Maximum voltage that galvanometer reads is 1 millivolt by 2 into 150 75, which help to calculate the G, Vg by Ig as 5 ohm. Suppose you want to convert into S, the range is 1 division should measure 6 ampere means full scale deflection is 6 ampere into 150 is 900. And using this relation, we estimated the value of S. Again, maximum voltage required is V equal to 1 division 1 volt, 150 division 150 volt. Substituting here 150 volt by 15 milliamps minus 5 given this answer. So the another example, galvanometer has 100 ohm. Number of divisions on the scale is 100 divisions. 20 millivolt, Vg is 20 millivolt for 10 divisions. N dash is 10 division. How do you convert it to measure 10 volt? That high resistance in series has to be estimated. The formula you know, R is equal to V over Ig minus G. They given G, but they given V. If you go for that also, R is equal to G into N minus 1, for which you required N is equal to V by Vg. V is known, 20 mil, Vg known. We have to calculate Vg by V. V is 10 volt, Vg dash it is. How much Vg has to estimate? Vg nothing but 20 millivolt for 10 divisions. That means 20 millivolt by 10 into 100. So it become 1 cancels, 200 millivolt or 0.2 volts. If I take back, if it is a 0.2 volt, the range become 100 by 2 is a 50. So thus I can use R equal to G is 100 into 50 minus 149, 4900 ohm in series to G. How do you convert? Means to make the voltmeter to measure up to 10 volt of this galvanometer, I have to connect 4900 ohm in series to G. I hope you are given here G value. 100 divisions are there, 20 millivolt 10 divisions. Therefore, maximum deflection current voltage is 200 millivolt or 0.2 volt. Range 10 volt. Find the range ratio, voltage to new to volt range. Gn minus 1 is the most suitable compared to this to get the answer. Coming to the next one. One milliampere takes 15 divisions. There are totally 90 divisions in this scale. Galvanometer resistance is 50 ohm and voltage that measurable is 60 volt. You have to convert to 60 volt range, voltmeter. So you have to convert to this. This is the information given to you. We can use any relation Vg given. Better we can go with V upon Ig minus G in this. Why I preferred is here 1 milliamps 50 division. Therefore, Ig may be estimated 1 milliamps by 15 into 90 divisions. 15 6 is 6 milliampere is the Ig. So solution is easier here. V is a 60 volt by 6 milliamps minus 3 minus 50. 6 milliamps we estimated. I hope you have understood this, how we are estimating. It is the current for full scale deflection in the galvanometer. 1 milliamps 15 division, therefore 90 division 6 milliamps. This become 10 power 4 means 10,000. Minus 3 taken to numerator. Minus 50. 9,950 ohm in series to G. That is the. So thus we have taken some sample questions, and what we discussed numericals, not with interest of board, and we have taken also the JEE and NEET. So this is the long length we have come across, starting from magnetism. After that we come to the magnetic effect of electric current, and then moving charge experience a force in the magnetic field, and again mechanical effect where current carrying conductor placed in a magnetic field experience a force. In this unit we expressed about the two major derivations we have seen. One, force on a current carrying conductor in a magnetic field, and second one is about the two parallel conductors carrying current and enter to the moving coil galvanometer, and how that is converted into pointer galvanometer, and this pointer galvanometer is how converted into ammeter and voltmeter, and possible questions that arises if you just go through once or twice not understood the numericals. But all the numericals, if you get confidence in solving, you are able to solve any questions in board or entrance examinations. Thank you.